Hello everybody, and welcome to the very first video on our channel. Now before we actually get into the actual gardening side of things, so the planting of seeds, the growing of seedlings, so on and so forth, I'd like to take you through what we actually do here before we do all of that, and that is to plan out the garden. So each year we go through and we plan out what we've got and how we're going to use it. So if you can see here, this is an overall view of the garden, and we get to see that it's 25 feet by 25 feet, and we're roughly estimating what the space is being used by. So we've got some steel plants, raised garden beds that we're going to be planting this year. We're putting in and then planting stuff in. We've got a stone raised garden here, we've got some wood raised gardens, and we've got some pots and some containers that we're using, and then we've got a legend here showing that we've got some blueberry pots, some Thai chili, some jalapeno, some furniture. All of this kind of works around each other, and hopefully last year it worked well. Hopefully this year we'll get the same. From there we can then go into the detailed view. So what's going to go where? So as you can see right now, we've got a couple of the items in here. So this is going to be the steel raised garden beds, the wood raised garden beds. We don't need to put everything in, just what we're going to plant. Now the reason I will go back, you do not see items like this, it's because they already have perennial items in there. So this pot here has goji berries in, so we might throw something in there. We've got some mint in there as well. We might throw something in that's small, that doesn't really need that much sun, because that will get covered. Obviously we've got raspberries in this pot, so we're just going to use that for raspberries only, but we will bring in these two. So these are what grow up against the fence, and usually I like to use them for cucumbers. That's what I used them for last year, but maybe something else, because obviously we don't want to grow things in the same place. The other option that I've got is I can take out the soil, and I can throw it somewhere else, and I can do cucumbers again, but again we'll go through that in a bit. Okay, so back to this sheet. So what this allows us to do is it allows us to put all of the items that we've got that we want to grow, and this can change year by year. You can keep it the same, you can add, you can remove, you can do whatever you need to. I just took this from last year's, and I will be amending it based on the actual seeds that I've got that I need to grow, as well as if I buy any ad hoc items, I might just throw them in here and just plan the garden a bit more from there. So just to give you an example of what that looked like, I've got a tab here for 2022, and this is what it looked like for the wood raised garden bed. So as you can see, we've got beans that were growing in that were additional there. I'll be calling them out separately. I just kind of threw them around a little bit last year, so I did name them in the actual container, but I didn't name them here. So as you can see, we're planting stuff that works well together. So we've got beets that are growing in the shade of stuff like the zucchini. Obviously the zucchini kind of grows a little bit. Now I will tell you a quick story that this zucchini actually turned out to be watermelon. I mixed up my seeds accidentally, and that kind of got us going a bit crazy. As well, we got stuff like carrots that are going around there. We've got leeks that are going in here. We had the tomato plants. Again, that's throwing shade for those plants to kind of do well. In the summer here it gets very hot, so it can wilt some of the leaves and the carrots and the peas, but it also gives them enough sun to allow them to grow, and the beans, the peas, everything that was growing here needed that little bit of shade. And then to go around it, we also threw in some, it's not listed so much here, but we threw in some little bits of dill and stuff around. Oh, I did list it here. We also had the pickles. Again, all of this kind of complements each other, works with each other. That's one thing that you want to be doing on this. So you want to go and you want to get your source from Google. You want to list out everything that you've got, and you want to then look at what complements each other. So what helps deter certain bugs, what helps attract other bugs. The reason behind that is you want to look at what you can plant with each other, the companion planting guide. So that's what you want to really Google. And then you want to kind of put them next to each other and plan out your garden that way. That's how I do it. Again, you can just put things together and pray for the best. I like to be a little bit organized, a little bit OCD with my garden and plan things out from there. So what we'll do is I'll go away, I will come up with my plan, I will show you what that looks like, and that will come shortly.